get started with Coach Show whenever you're ready.
All right, guys, Tell the Truth Monday. It's a good day in the office. It's a great day to watch the film. So excited for our football players. I got to give them credit. It started last Monday with an outstanding week of preparation. They had the will to win the whole game. It was a tough, hard-fought battle. Give credit to Arkansas. Excellent game. Here's some of the things that we did very well that we said we have to do well going into the game. Control the time of possession. We had the ball for almost 42 minutes. Outstanding job by Coach Hensming calling plays and managing the game. We were 12 of 23 on third down. There was 0 of 10. That was a big part of the football game. TJ, I thought, played a good game. He had no turnovers, had that game-winning throw at the end. Nobody was open. He executed his scramble rules. Jarrett Jenkins got open. What a great play by him. Ty Davis-Price had one of his best games, over 100 yards rushing, brought some physicality to the game. Exactly what we wanted. We wanted to be able to control the line of scrimmage, and it was a big part of his running. I thought our O-line did a good job. They gave up no sacks. I thought Jarrett Jenkins had one of his best games. On defense, we had a good plan versus their hurry-up offense. We deferred. We gave them the ball. We went 3 and out. That was big for us to get lined up, get our cleats in the grass. We had a simple game plan, and we let our guys play. Again, I said there was 0 of 10 on third down. Jabril Cox's interception, obviously a game-winning play there. Andre Anthony had his best game. The young players had to step up with the cornerbacks getting hurt. I thought our young secondary did a lot of good things. Jay Ward's stop on third down was a phenomenal play. Special teams, Zach had a great game, 5 punts inside the 10-yard line. The difference in the game is the field position, and again, the blocked field goal by our special teams at the end. Texas A&M, really good football team, going on the road. Well-coached team. Kellen Mond's a good player. They got a strong offensive line. Kenyon Green is a guy we recruited, probably one of the best guards in the SEC, if not the country. They have the #1 defense in the SEC. I think they're 12th in the country in rushing defense. Very tough, very solid football team, but we're going to be ready for the challenge. It's going to be kind of a short week. Our players are going to go home for Thanksgiving. We have an early practice on Thursday morning, then come back on Friday and get ready to go to Texas A&M. Any questions?
Hey, Ed, how often this year, I mean, in comparison to last year, do offenses try and, run those rub routes, picking your secondary? It seems like y'all got better at that against Arkansas. Is that something people have kind of honed in on this year?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. When you're playing man coverage, you're going to get that. And Bulls work very hard against, some of our defenses are part man, part zone. It all depends on the formation. But when you get a slot like that and you get 2 guys rubbing you, it's going to be hard. And we got better at it. We gave the first one the touchdowns, the rub route. You got to put them on different levels. You got to make adjustments and maybe help with a safety on top.
And it seems like Micah Baskerville played well in those situations too. I mean, week to week, has he kind of earned his spot there? And what did you see from him in Arkansas?
Yeah, he's able to key and diagnose. Michael was the 5A Player of the Year at Evangel High School. That's why I recruited him. An excellent player in high school. When he first came here, was having a good year. As a freshman, showed us that he can key and diagnose. He fits in well in Coach Pelini's scheme. He gets to the football. He's a tremendous young man.
Hey, Coach, Paul Boran from Cox Sports Television. We always hear the expression that losing hurts worse than winning feels good. But I imagine after 3 weeks, winning felt pretty good on Saturday.
Yeah, it did. I was excited for the coaching staff. I was excited for our players, our team, the LSU fans. And again, it took everything we had to beat Arkansas, and we did it. And hopefully it's a springboard for us to have a great end to the season and start with Texas A&M.
Hey, Coach, Shea Dixon with 24/7. You said before the season you thought Andre Anthony would be more of a natural fit playing in a 4-3 end. Now he's got, up there in the D-line lead in sacks and tackles. What's sort of been key for him to settle in and now play like he's playing?
Playing on the edge, you want your best pass rusher at the right end. Him and BJ play that right end position. He gets a lot of one-on-ones with the offensive tackle coming on the blind side. He's got a nice, what he calls a double hand swipe. One of the tackles for loss, we had a nice stunt on. It was a triple. He was coming around. We ran right into the mesh point and the quarterback. So I think the attack and defensive line is what you're seeing. instead of sitting back and reading, getting in the backfield, making plays, and he's perfect for that.
Hey, Coach, this is Jared Brotman with the Reveille. We've seen in years past, and even this year as well, in Texas A&M games where there is defensive pressure on Kellen Mond. He's struggled in the pocket. How important is it for this team to develop a good pass rush on Monday to make Mond feel?
You know what? It makes sense. You know, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. Last year we put some pressure on them, and we're going to have to, just like any game. But you know what? The good part about this team is that we can put pressure with a four-man rush. I feel comfortable rushing four and playing coverage. That's your best defense now. If we have to blitz them, we have to put some pressure on. The Bull has a bunch of blitzes, but I think the first thing that we need to do is be able to rush with four.
Hey, Coach, this is Josh Sibley with Louisiana Gridiron Football. Just going back to that pass rush, A&M comes into the game allowing only 2 sacks this year. Is this a game where you lean heavily on that pass rush and get more pressure from different angles, try to get more pressure on Kellen Mond?
Yeah, we have to. He gets rid of the ball quick. There's a lot of play action pass. But you know what? You know, I don't know much about them only giving up 2 sacks. I know that already. I don't know why I didn't study them that much. But I do believe we can put pressure on him. Now, Kellen's he's a dual threat quarterback. He can avoid a rush and run the football, much like Felipe Franz did last week. We're going to have to be able to contain him.
Hey, Ed, do you now have a few days later an update on Derek Stingley? How's he doing? What's his status?
Yeah, Derek's going to practice today. He's going to be in a gold jersey. He looks like he's going to be okay. I haven't had a final. He's not cleared totally yet, but it looks like he's going to be fine.
Brooks.
Hey, with do you have an update on Racy as well? I mean, it looked like he pulled up a little bit.
Yeah, Race is out. He's very doubtful for the game.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Coach, with it being Texas A&M and your first trip back there since that 7-0 game a couple of years ago.
You have to remind me.
Sorry, man. I kind of had to. But that and it being your first ranked opponent, is there any added emotions to this game this weekend?
You know, I think that, you could internally, I thought about it this morning, to be honest with you, when I saw the film and I saw the stadium. Some thoughts came by, but you know what? It's my job to be able to prevent problems this week, have a great practice, and not allow those things to happen that happened to us last time. And we have to go and play our best game. I think Texas A&M is a much better team when they're playing at home than they're playing on the road. At least our series, they're going to play their best football. They're going to have a great crowd. Probably the first time, and I'm imagining they're going to have a great crowd. Probably the first time this year that the crowd noise will be a factor. We're going to have to be able to handle it. We're better to handle the emotions. They're going to be sky high. They haven't played in a while, but so will we.
Jacques, your audio is not working. Just FYI. We'll come back to you. Ed?
Hey, Coach. Ed here in New Orleans. How much do you think the defense has improved, and do you think that Bo Pelini has steadied that unit, and are you pleased with what you see on that side of the ball recently?
Yeah, all I'm pleased is the way we played for most of the game against Arkansas. I thought that we had our cleats in the grass. We had a great plan for the hurry-up offense, but still not pleased with the deep balls. Still not pleased with the rub routes. Still not pleased with the explosive plays, and definitely not pleased by the way we played most of the season. We need to improve to be a championship defense, and everybody knows that.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, Texas A&M comes in with a pretty high-powered rushing attack, and you guys did, showed some strides last weekend against Arkansas in that area. I was just wondering, just through watching the film, what were some of the things that you guys noticed that you did a little bit better in stopping the run?
Well, I thought our guys dominated their offensive line. That's the first time I can tell you that. I think that we had some little run stunts in there that we did very well. We played with good technique. We didn't let the ball run inside the tackles, and we tackled well. Now, Texas A&M has a great running attack. Spilla is an outstanding player. They have some speed back there. They put different guys back there to run. Tommy Robinson, who coached with us, coaches the running back, does a great job. You're going to see 21 personnel. You're going to see 12 personnel. There's a lot of pro-style stuff. Jimbo's a very good coach. They use their tight end well. They throw to their tight end. A very balanced offense, but their run game starts with their offensive line. I think this is one of the better offensive lines that we have faced this year.
Hey, Coach, I don't know if you can hear me, but a couple of quick questions for you. Number one, how many scholarship players did you have available for this game? Do you have any kind of idea? And second, in the second half, Gilbert appeared to be running down the seam open, and TJ just didn't quite hit him. Are those the kind of plays that he is going to make moving forward?
Yeah, well, when I saw him in the hall today, I said, throw it to number 2, okay? If all else fails, just throw it to number 2, right? And I don't know the amount that we had. I don't check that. We traveled with 69, and that's what we had on the plane. We could travel with 70, but we were at 69 when we traveled.
Hey, Coach. Amos Morale from WWL Radio. You mentioned sending the guys home for Thanksgiving, and I was just wondering if you had to preach any extra precautions because of the pandemic and, tell them to be a little more careful this year or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely. Go home and have it with your family only. Know who's there. Obviously, don't attend any parties or no big gatherings, but I think, going home with your family is Thanksgiving. I think it'll be fine. We test our guys. They're going to follow all the precautions. Shelley's going to talk to them about leaving, going home, what they should and they shouldn't do. I think we'll be fine.
Hey, Coach, this is William at Tiger Rag. I wanted to get your thoughts on the review and the film of Elias Riggs' targeting call.
Yeah.
And second, who replaces him for the first half on Saturday?
Yeah, he did hit him with the head. He hit with the shoulder first, but the head hit. I thought it was targeting, so I got no beef with that. I think it was a good call. We haven't decided who's going to start for him yet. We have to make a decision between Cordell and Jay Ward, and see who's available, and we'll make that decision towards the end of the week.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Ed, the SEC did not release any TV times for next week's games. Obviously, it looks like there could be some shuffling in the schedule. How much are you involved or being looped in on any of those decisions? And how do you prepare, knowing that your opponent could change from week to week?
Well, the good thing is we knew this season will be very fluid. We're focusing on Texas A&M, but I sure hope that they reschedule the Alabama game. We want to play Alabama. It's a great rivalry, and we look forward to playing them. So if they can fit it in to where we can play Alabama, I'm sure that they're going to do it. We have Alabama, we have Florida, we have Ole Miss left, and those are all some great games, and we're ready to play every one of them.
And how do you prepare, knowing that you prepared ahead of time? Is this something you have your analysts involved in doing?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. How does that work?
Yeah, well, we're scheduled for Ole Miss next week, so we have Ole Miss analysts breaking down Ole Miss. All right, we have already broken down Alabama because we thought we were going to play them at the beginning, so that's done. And then we have already broken down Florida, so that's done. So as far as the analytical work, most of it's been done. Now the last couple of games haven't been done, but we have enough information that if we need to start new next week with anybody else, we're going to be ready to go.
Coach Scooter Hobbs and Lake Charles, Scott kind of asked my question, but I'll follow up on it. What do you think is the hang-up? It seems like a pretty simple solution to get the Alabama game rescheduled. What do you think they're waiting on?
Scooter, that's out my wheelhouse. I have no clue. But I know that my gut feeling is that it's going to be rescheduled, and I hope it is. And look forward to playing them.
Coach, do you think that your team is maybe starting to grow up a little bit, or can you see that? Because on Saturday it looked like, in a lot of respects, the old LSU.
Yeah.
Better defense,
yeah.
running the ball. Do you think this team is maybe starting to to get it, whatever that is?
Yeah, it sure looked like it, Ed. It felt like it. And you know, it not only felt like it during the game, it felt like in those 3 weeks of practice. We was embarrassed by our performance at Auburn. I took the blame. We got to get better. We got to practice better. We got better leadership. We got to coach better. And we were not playing like LSU should play. Did we play like an LSU football team? We looked at it. At some time, we looked like an LSU football team, but we still have ways to go. But we have some young players that are believing and hopefully making the last play of the game, gave our guys some belief and some confidence to fight through that they can win.
Hey, Coach, going back for a second, whenever you were talked about crowd noise being a factor, maybe for the first time all year, how do you specifically help prepare TJ and Max play for that atmosphere on Saturday?
Yeah, as far as snap count for number one, how we're going to handle the snap count, that's huge on the road. We play music. We play. Doug has a John Deere with a big speaker right behind it, and we play some music as loud as we possibly can. We get tired of hearing it on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then just give him a situation where he's going to be calm, and that he can make the right calls.
Coach Steve Moulton from WZZN. With Texas A&M being out a couple of weeks and really what you've seen out of what they've put on film, I'm wondering, especially offensively, how this team you think has grown from last year to this year.
Well, I think it starts with their physicality. I mean, their offensive line is a lot better offensive line than we played last year. Their run game's a lot better. Kellen Mond's playing better. They're protecting them, only 2 sacks. And then you got to look at their defense. They got the number 1 defense in the SEC. That's very impressive. They're tough against the run. Their defensive coordinator can dial up blitzes. They can play a 4-3. They can play a 3-4. Their defensive line's playing very well. I just think they're playing overall good football, and they improved in almost every area since last year.
Hey, Ed, following up on a question from earlier, I mean, so how will things kind of form behind Racy? Who fills in for him? Where do y'all see that line?
Yeah, well, well, hopefully we can get Trey Palmer back. I don't know if he's going to be back this week. But, we have a lot of receivers that can go out there. Keyshawn Butte is a good young receiver, can get out there. Coy Moore, another receiver. John Trey Kirkland, another receiver who can put out there. So we have a lot of choices.
And I don't know if you saw it yesterday. I'm wondering just your thoughts after Joe Burrow's injury. I mean, I don't know. I'm wondering what you saw from that. What you think.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough to watch. And we all watched it. We felt bad for him. And Joe's a competitor. I texted him today. I know he's going to be back. I know his attitude. He's probably working out today, getting on the next season. I thought he was having, maybe a Rookie of the Year season. We were very proud of him. We follow Joe. We follow everything he does, like we do all the players in the NFL.
Coach, since it is Thanksgiving, I was wondering what you were most thankful for, and maybe a side dish or two that is your favorite.
Well, I'm most thankful for my family and thankful for being the head coach at Louisiana State University. That's been a blessing in my life. And there's no question that oyster dressing is my favorite for Thanksgiving.
Hey, Coach, what's the latest on Miles Brennan? What's he going through, or what might the near future be for him and his?
Yeah, we still haven't made a decision. It doesn't look like he's going to play. We still haven't made a decision on the operation if it's best to do it now. Jack is handling that with his parents and the doctors, and it's just not clear cut right now. So it's still probably status quo, but he's definitely not playing this week.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Go Tigers.